listen to this alone in the dark. I'm lying in bed when I hear the tapping for the first time, slow and spaced out, like someone touching glass with the tip of a fingernail. It's faint enough that my brain tries to ignore it, and I stay still, staring at the ceiling, listening to the house breathe the way it always does at night. The air coming through the window is cool, and I can hear the distant hum of traffic far away. Nothing close enough to worry about, nothing that feels threatening yet. The sound doesn't come back right away, so I tell myself it was probably a branch or something hitting the side of the house. I've lived here long enough to know the usual noises, the ones you stop noticing after a while. Pipes clicking, wood settling, the refrigerator kicking on down the hall. I roll onto my side, pulling the blanket up a little higher, trying to let my body relax, even though my chest still feels tight. A minute passes, maybe 2. Then the tapping comes again, clearer this time. 3 soft taps in a row, right where the window is beside my bed. My eyes open immediately, and I lie there listening, counting the seconds after it stops. Nothing follows. No footsteps, no movement outside. Just quiet. I sit up slowly and turn my head toward the window, my heart beating harder than it should be for something this small. I don't jump out of bed. I don't rush. I just sit there, listening, because rushing feels wrong. When nothing else happens, I finally stand and walk over, pulling the blind aside just enough to look out. The yard looks exactly the way it should. The fence line is empty. The trees are still. No shadows moving. No shapes crouched near the house. I scan slowly, taking my time, because if there was someone there, I would see them. There's nothing. I touch the glass with my fingertips. It's cold, solid, normal. I stand there longer than I need to, my reflection faint in the glass, before letting the blind fall back into place. I feel stupid for letting my heart race like that, and I tell myself I'm tired, that's all. I go back to bed, staring at the wall until my breathing finally slows, and sleep pulls me under again. The second time the tapping wakes me up, it feels different immediately. My heart jumps before I even open my eyes, and when I do, the room feels wrong. Too quiet, too still. The sound comes again, one dull tap, and I realize it isn't glass this time. It's heavier, softer, like something touching drywall instead. I sit up slowly, every muscle tight, listening as the sound repeats from the wall at the foot of my bed. My mouth goes dry. I don't move. I just sit there, staring at the dark doorway as the tapping comes again, a little to the right this time, closer to the corner where the wall meets the hallway. Each tap is followed by a pause, like whatever is making it is waiting, listening, deciding where to touch next. The sound moves again, no longer in the room, but just outside it, coming from the hallway. I swing my legs out of bed and stand, my feet hitting the floor without a sound. The hallway is dark, but I can still make out the outline of the bathroom door and the faint glow from the living room nightlight. The tapping comes again, right beside the doorway now, and my hands start to shake as I take a step closer, my chest tight and shallow with every breath. No. The word slips out quietly, more breath than sound, and the tapping stops immediately. The silence that follows feels heavier than the noise ever did, pressing in until my ears ring. I realize I'm holding my breath and force myself to inhale, and that's when something shifts in the doorway. It doesn't rush in, it doesn't lean forward, it simply becomes visible there, tall enough that its head nearly brushes the top of the frame. Its body is too long for the space it occupies, its arms hanging low at its sides, and its skin looks dry and pale, stretched tight like it doesn't quite fit what's underneath. Its face is already turned toward me, eyes wide and unblinking, fixed on me like it's been waiting. I step backward without thinking, my calves hitting the bed frame, leaving me nowhere else to go. The thing doesn't follow right away. It just stands there, owning the doorway, its presence filling the room until the air feels thick and hard to breathe. I can see its hand lifted slightly, fingers hovering inches from the wall, frozen in the exact position they'd need to make that sound. Please, the word feels useless the moment it leaves my mouth. The thing doesn't react to it at all, but its fingers finally move, tapping once against the wall beside the door, louder than before, the sound echoing through the house. It takes a slow step forward, and then another, and I understand then that it never needed the window at all, never needed to be outside. It was already here, already moving through the house while I slept. The tapping starts again, not against the wall this time, but against the bed frame beside my leg, soft and deliberate, close enough that I can feel the vibration through the mattress. My breath starts to shake, and I realize it's matching me now, the rhythm of its movements lining up with the rise and fall of my chest. I squeeze my eyes shut, but the sound doesn't stop, and I know it doesn't matter if I look or not. If you're listening to this, pay attention to the sounds in your house tonight, especially the ones that move when you do. If you have a horror story of your own, please feel free to drop it in the comments section. You never know, the next story could be yours. Subscribe to The Vault so you don't miss what comes next.